We'll start with the Mustard R72 long nymph hook, and we have sheer 14/0 black. So we'll just attach our thread here. This is the Atherton Medium nymph. Remove that, go back to about there. We have a little bunch of centre pheasant tail fibres. We only want a short tail on this, so we'll just position it and tack it in a couple of turns. That's good. Then we can go back to there and go back up here, and we'll just mark our thorax. Keep tension on your tying thread and remove those. And we have a short length of oval gold tinsel. We'll just tack that in and go back. To there, finish at the tail base. And we need some hare's ear, hare's mask mix dubbing for the abdomen. We'll just attach this and then we'll slide it up and just catch it in with a couple of turns, and then we can tighten up a bit more. We want this very spiky. Atherton, if you excuse the pun, was very picky with getting his dubbing spiky. So go up the hook shank now, cover the whole abdomen a little bit more, and we want that nice gradual taper, getting a bit thicker as we approach the thorax. Just put that on. Again, slide it up, catch it in. I don't want to tighten this now because I want it thicker. To there, that's good. Now what Atherton would do is put the ribbon on and then use a dubbing needle to pick out all the spikiness. But if you use a dubbing brush now, there's an advantage to doing it right now. I don't know if any of you have used this dubbing brush from Stonefar. It looks very cheap and very simple, but it is absolutely the best dubbing brush I've ever used. Especially the comb. It's designed absolutely brilliantly. I don't know whether it was designed intentionally or by mistake, but it's absolutely great. It doesn't cost that much. It's well worth having. So the advantage of picking out the dubbing now is that when you put the rib on, it still remains visible. But if you pick it out after you've put the rib on, you kind of cover the rib with spiky dubbing. So we go here now, and I just lock that off, and we'll remove that. That's looking good. And we go forward a little bit. Now what we need is some Kingfisher blue goose quill. I'll just straighten up the ends of that. And we'll place this on here. Yeah. Want to go up into the abdomen. Secure the wing case, make sure it's nicely distributed. That will do us. He actually used Kingfisher in this, but of course in the original goose or turkey is much more appropriate now. So now we want a nice thick thorax with hare's mask dubbing. So I don't spin this on too tight because we want it to remain thick and heavy. So we go forward, just secure that in, need a little bit more there, pull out that loose stuff. Like so, and we can again brush this out a little so it's out at each side. There we go. We take our goose quill, straighten out the fibres, pull them over, and I just want to sort that dubbing out on the thorax. I don't want it sticking out everywhere. We just go back a wee ways like that, pull these over, secure it down there, 2 or 3 turns, lock it off in front, and we can trim off the remainder. Start at the hook eye and work our way up over the ends to there. And I've prepared a brown partridge hackle, which I just have to sort out. There we are. Place that on there. And I'll tie that in. Go down to the hook eye. Attach a hackle plier. Fold our fibres back. That wasn't very well attached. There we are. Everything back, there we are. Come up with our tying thread. Turn this around. Move that. Start at the hook eye. Finisher. One more. I've had a few questions about why I give it 2 whip finishes. Is that the second one I tend to tighten more than the first one. That's all. It's just an extra security. Cut that off. Give it a brush. Get the hackle correct. And that's the Atherton Medium. If you enjoy the videos, please like, share, subscribe, and thanks for watching.